Hello everybody, and today we're going to be doing another C++ program exercise. And in today's program exercise video, we are going to be going over program exercise number 2 of Chapter 8. Now, programming exercise of program exercise number 2 of Chapter 8 says, write a C++ function, smallest index, that takes as parameters an int array and its size, and returns the first occurrence of the smallest element in the array. Also, write a program that can test your function. So, the first thing that we need to do here is it instructs us to first create a function that allows us to achieve what we want to do in this program. So the first thing that we need to do is write a function. So we're going to name this function smallest index int smallest index constant int x comma int size x. Now, what these two variables stand for is that this is going to be an array, and this right here, let me just put that int, and this right here is going to be the size of that array. Now, at no point in this program is this array going to change, so we are declaring it as a constant. Now, the first thing that we must do is now we need to actually make that function. So first we can just copy and paste what is up here. Also, make sure you add a semicolon at the end. Copy, paste. Now, once we do that, oops. Okay, now as I was saying, once we do this, we can get to declaring our variables. Now, this is not a very complicated function, but you need to have some knowledge of how these arrays work, because you need to create a loop. Now, loops are not exactly many people's strength. So the first thing that we need to do is declare two variables. One of them is going to be named counter, and the other one is going to be called minimum index. And now the minimum index is going to be automatically set to 0, because we're going to set whatever's in here, and we're going to set the min index automatically to the smallest number. So after we're done with that, we can come in here and write in for counter is equal to 1, counter is less than list size, oops. This is supposed to be size x. Now, you can also set it as size x like this, but if you do not want it to be like that, because here this is just really just placeholder values. They don't always have to be the actual variables that you have down here. I personally always set my variables as the shortest thing as possible, just for people that are looking at my code, so that they know that what is right here is what it actually is. But down here I usually just have they're usually longer because I want them to be more easy to remember for me. So right here I'm actually just going to set this to list size, and I'm going to set this to list. So this is going to be list size. Because I've already made it a habit of making the size of any list that I'm using list size. And in each repetition, we have counter plus plus. And now after that, the way that this works is that the counter is automatically set to 1, and then the counter is, while the counter is less than the size of the list, then counter goes, then this keeps on repeating until counter is equal to or greater than the list size. And each repetition, counter goes up once. And now if list min index is greater than list counter, then min index is equal to counter. And then we return minimum index. Now just an explanation for what exactly is going on right here. So, I've already explained to you what this, what happens up here. I'm going to explain to you what this if statement does, because all of you know what the return does as well. Now basically what this does is that if the current minimum index is greater than the counter, then the minimum index turns into the counter, and then we repeat this. So that's basically it. Now you may notice that we don't actually get, we do not actually try and get whatever the number is inside of that smallest index, because it is a lot better for it to be in this way. Now that we're done creating the function, we can now get to making the program for us to actually test that function, this function. Now, the first thing that you need to do is it would be very good if you, it would be preferred if you created constant int up here and you declared array size, which is equal to 15. Now once you do that, you can come here and write in int list, and now the size of this list is going to be array size. Now we're going to write in cout, enter 15 integers. After we enter those 15, and now after we print this out, we are going to create another variable called int I is equal to 0, and then you're going to write in while I is less than 15, we cin list I, and then I plus plus. Very simple. So basically what this does is that it basically just you enter 15 different numbers, and then this takes in all of those 15 numbers and then puts it into our list. Okay, so now once we're done with that, we can see out and out. And then we see out the position of the first occurrence of the smallest. Now, notice that I'm actually writing in first occurrence because let's say that this smallest integer pops up more than once, then we would only get the first time that it would come out, because that's just how it works, because this right here doesn't execute if minimum index is equal to list counter. Anyways, the position of the first occurrence of the smallest element in list is smallest index, and then we just plug in the values. List, comma, array size. And out. And now see out. The smallest element in list is in the list entered is list, and then we can actually just copy and paste what is in here. And now I think it is time to test out our program. Now, chances are, if you're like me, you'll not have the time and patience to actually enter 15 integers. But what you can do, instead of doing this, you can actually make a slight modification. You can actually remove this. And then you can type in all of your values in there. Which you can do, but I'm just gonna leave it like this because it's a lot easier to have it like this. Now, if you want to know how to get those 15 random numbers, I would recommend going to calculator.com's random number generator. You can get these random numbers, and you can generate as many as you want. Here, the bottom limit for me is 0, and the upper limit is 100, meaning it will generate numbers from 0 to 100, and I want to generate 15 numbers. And then I can and I can do all of this. It can be decimal even. I wouldn't do decimal because it needs to be an integer. And no, I'm not gonna sort the results. And when I click generate, I got these numbers. So I've already copied them. Let me just copy them one more time to be safe. Take that over there. And now I'm going to run this program. Paste. And the first occurrence of the smallest element in the list is 9, and the smallest element in the list entered is 3. Now, there we go, 3, and then the first occurrence is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now this may not always pop up the cleanest, but you can always put it inside of a notepad file and then delete the spaces in between and add a couple and delete the new lines in between, and then you can get it like this. And if you copy it from here, let me just close that. There we go. The position of the first occurrence of the smallest element in list is 9. Now, I hope you guys had fun doing this programming exercise with me. I hope you guys can, modify this to your own liking if it doesn't quite fit with what you actually want from here. Now, I hope you guys just remember to have fun with C++ because that is the best way to learn. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.